Hello, welcome into this mystery reading. My name is Molly. I'm the Quantum Leap Queen. Thanks for joining me on today's reading. These readings are timeless. They are a resource for you to utilize whenever they come across your life, whenever you find them on your journey. Trust that there is a message here that is for you and is meant to give you some medicine. So, I'm going to set the intention right off the bat to give this group the messages that you need to hear today. And let's find out what we need to dive into. I'm starting with the Pause Tarot. So let me infuse these cards with your energy, your magic, and let's begin. What do we need to look at today with this group? I have the Five of Pentacles. This is the first card out. So right off the bat, I feel like we are going to be talking about something that you walked away from recently that was very, very, very difficult. We'll find out some more information. But as that card indicates, feeling like you were left out in the cold of the situation. So let's find out more. I have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So it's like someone's promise fell through, or how you saw someone, the image of them fell through. You could have seen them in a certain light, like thought they were the Knight of Pentacles upright, thought that they were very solid, integral with their word. But because it came out in the reverse, it's either you had rose-colored glasses on throughout this relationship, if it was that, but also this person could have been putting on a mask, like they portrayed themselves to be upright, but really it was a mask. So you're finding out now that that person is not who they say that they are. Not really, not at the core. You know, they can pretend some of the aspects of it upright, but at their core, they're avoiding. There's so much avoiding, like being real, being authentic. That's what I get with this person. I have the King of Swords and the Moon. Okay. Yeah. I get this energy of like, man, this person has a lot of shadow work to do with themselves. They're so like stuck in their ways. This definitely could have been a relationship, but it could be a parent, it could be a boss, take it as it resonates. But you were dealing with someone that was just really stuck in their ways and really saw themselves as up on a pedestal. And I'm even just noticing this dog, the way that he's holding this dog. I've never noticed that before. But it's just like by the back of the neck, and that dog does not look like he's having a good time right now. He's just like, That's what I feel like it kind of was with you. Was like this person just never saw you as an equal, because they never see anyone as an equal, because they are seeing themselves as superior. And we know that like people that do that, it's because they have such a deep seated insecurity in themselves that they overcompensate by creating a mask, a persona that is superior. So they have to put others down in order to feel up themselves. So that's what I feel this is pointing to. And with the Moon coming out with this card, it's like this person has a lot of shadow work to do that they are not acknowledging. It's almost like, how do I say? It's something that they just really don't even want to address or ignore. Like they just are ignoring that they have this. They probably don't even see it because they're so bought into their own story of who they are. But if they feel just even an inch deeper, they'll see like the pit of darkness that they have underneath them, because they haven't explored it, they haven't alchemized it, they haven't gotten to know themselves truly at a deeper emotional level. They could have, because it's the moon is mother energy, they could have some issues with some mommy issues. It just, it is what it is. I feel like you had to be or you have not had to, maybe in some situations, but you chose to be with a person like this that is just has a face on the outside and probably is very charismatic. But on the inside, there's a lot of deep shadows going on that they're not addressing, and therefore they end up hurting people outside of them because they're so unconscious, or they're choosing to be unconscious, you could say. So what else does this group need to know about this person or this relationship or whatever we're looking at here? I just feel like, I just feel like blindsided energy. Like you were blindsided. Like the person that they were in the beginning was like super romantic. They wooed you. And then it was a flip. Or if it's like a parent or a boss or something, it's like they literally have almost bipolar energy. They're hot and they're cold. And that's what I get. And that's why you feel so confused and you're like, stuck. You feel stuck. That's the Eight of Swords energy, feeling stuck. And because you're like, well, is it me? Am I the one causing this? But it's not. It's just how this person operates because they're hot and cold with themselves. They don't have this sense of groundedness because they haven't explored their inner world very much. They're just very much living on the surface and seeing what scraps they can get on the surface. And they're looking for outside validation. So they will never choose like one person, I feel like, to go deep with because they won't even go deep with themselves. That just is what it is. That's the choice that they're making. So I really feel like even like the yarn that's tied around the cat, I just feel like you felt tied up. You felt like no matter what way I swing this, I feel like I'm the one getting trapped here. And I think that was true. So I'm glad you're either moving on or have moved on from this relationship. Even though it's difficult. It's really difficult because it's just not easy. It's not easy to leave someone or to have the veils be brought up. Or like, I picture like the Wizard of Oz when, everyone's like, it's the big Wizard of Oz. And then it's like, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I think that's really the energy of like this shock and awe of like, okay, you're not all that you've been portraying to be. I have the 10 of Pentacles and I have the World. Yeah. Oh, and the High Priestess at the top of the deck. Nice. It's saying that you're going to get everything you want inside a relationship or, just your life in general is going to be like one you dreamt of. That's what I hear, the words coming. When you know that you're whole and complete within yourself and you don't need to center even romance. If this is romance, you don't need to center anything in your life besides yourself. Like, it's not about the outside world. It is about the inside world. That is where the outside world gets its jazz. Truly is what you're deciding in the environment that you're creating within yourself. So knowing that you're whole and complete, you always have been, you always will be. That's just who you are. You are God, source, just like us all. Just like everything that we're witnessing, everything that we're feeling, everything is God, truly. And then the High Priestess, trusting your own intuition to guide you. Really allowing your intuition to guide you and put it in the driver's seat of your life. The logic, the mind, that was so much the game of this other person too. Like, I feel like there's maybe a lot of mental battles with them needing to conquer or win. And it's just this, unhealthy ego, let's say, energy. And that was exhausting. So just know that the logic is a great tool. Like, the brain is a great tool, no doubt. But the wisdom, the guiding compass, and really our umbilical cord with life is speaking with us through our intuition, which is feelings, which is knowings. And that is what is being required of you to trust more in and to allow yourself to really just be guided by your intuition and make decisions based on your intuition, truly. And cultivate that relationship with your intuition so it starts to speak with you more. And maybe you have been doing this, and maybe not, but either way, like, that's the message. That is the message. And I can tell you from personal experience, put your intuition into the driver's seat, your life is going to change. I promise. I promise. And it's such like, it's the easiest thing in the world once you just start to listen and honor. And when you let the mind, like, not, you don't have to figure things out logically anymore. So you can just let that be. And it's like, wow, I literally feel like I'm flowing with the ease in the river of life, and all these magical things are coming. And I don't have to be stressed out or try to figure out what's the best thing for me. You let go of all that expectation, and you just allow source to flow through you and to really, like, point you in the right directions. Of course, it's still work. Of course, like, stuff still comes up, but you're able to navigate it with so much more ease and grace and trust, because how many times have you gone against a gut feeling and then you regret it later, right? So trust in yourself, trust in your wholeness, trust in your intuition. That is your absolute key to success. Always, always, always. So that's a reminder here for you. Let's see if there's anything else you need to know about this person. I have the 10 of Wands. Just know, like, yeah, know that if you left feeling like, I feel like they got off scratch free, or just feel like they're taking things fine and it was so difficult for me, why aren't they experiencing some level of pain? Just know that this is how they are all the time. Like this 10 of Wands, like feeling weighed down by their own shenanigans, to be honest, like their own, like we were talking about earlier, like they have a lot of stuff to look at within themselves. So they walk around with that all day, just ignoring it. It's just on their back. They're keeping it on the back burner, but they're heavy. And that's why you felt heavy around them, is because literally their energy is heavy. So don't envy a person like this because of their reaction, because again, it's the mask, it's the face. This is how they truly are underneath it, is unsatisfied and feeling weighed down by their own stuff that they could look at, they could address it, but they're just choosing not to. So again, that's their journey. Let me ask if there is any further advice, any last advice for this group before we move on to some oracle cards. Nice, I like this. So is the 4 of Cups in the reverse along with the star. So it's saying, like, remember gratitude at the end of the day. Like, how many things you have in your life that are great. Like, you have running water, you have food, you have, a place to sleep, like the little things. And even being out in the sunshine, just like, if you ever feel overwhelmed or feeling just negative, bring yourself to gratitude. That's going to help to lift things for you. As well, that's going to get you more into your star energy, as far as able to attract things, because you're a bright light. And just feeling more unburdened by life, let's say. You're unique. This is your chance to really, like, open up in a new way, which is, you learned a lot going through this relationship, and you had to go through your own dark night of the soul to really release the past and step into a new version of yourself. But you are renewed, you are upgraded in a way. So you've let go of things that no longer serve you, like like chipping away parts of yourself in order to keep a relationship. You're no longer available for people, like, questioning your worth because your worth isn't up for debate. Stuff like that, So you're stepping so much more into your uniqueness, and I'm hearing, like, that's going to take you so far, is just not looking outside of you for validation, and in fact, just feeling whole and complete as you are, and honoring your uniqueness by Dancing naked, perhaps, like this star card, this cute little cat. And however it looks for you. Like for me, it's showing up online doing tarot. You know, that's my uniqueness. So, what is it for you that lights you up and makes you feel like, man, I was meant to do this. I came here to do this. So, spending more time in that, that's going to just help you up level. And again, it comes back to Temperance. This is the card after the death card. So it's like you went through that dark night of the soul, you went through your own death, and you learned how to fill up your own cup again. You are the one that pulled yourself from the bootstraps up to the surface again. You are the one that did that. So it's like, man, I got myself at the end of the day, and I fill up my own cup, and I don't need anything or anyone outside of me to fill me because I fill myself. That's the energy. That's the energy that you're sitting in now and will continue to walk with, is this energy of I don't need anything outside of me. I know that I can fill up my own cup. Even when things feel sticky or something, or, you know, we're human for sure. But at the end of the day, you have that solid knowing and that solid vibration of if it doesn't align, it doesn't align, and I don't need it. So it can pass. I know that what's going to align, I will feel it because you're coming from a place of wholeness and not a place of lack. So that's it from the tarot. Let's move on. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you next. I'm going to do the shamanic healing deck first. Okay. What is the best message from this deck for this group? What is it here? Kind of quiet from this deck. Oh, there we go. I just gotta call it out. That's what I've realized. Past, present, future. Okay. So it's 3 birds on top of each other. Past, present, future. And I feel like this is a vision that you're able to see clearer now. I feel like you're able to see the past version of yourself. You're able to see the present, and you're even flirting with the future. So I don't know. I guess that that needed to come out just to say, like, you have more vision now. Like, I just picture it as more of a like a bird's eye point of view. You can see more of how that journey was necessary for you to be the person that you are today. And there's still, in the future, there is still like that person that you're dreaming of now. But, yeah, and I think it is a reminder as well, like, just to stay present, that they're all consecutive. They're all like just one on top of the other, but like they're in a line. I hope that makes sense. It's sometimes we can get so judgmental of our past or excited for our future where we're not being present, but they're all like the same. So all moments are now, truly. That was number 4, by the way. So stability, reminding yourself like what's important, and it's the present moment, like always. Let me just see if there's anything else from this deck that wants to come out and be said before I move on. Thank you. I have self-love, yeah, 41. So that is the chapter that you're in. I just feel like for some of this group, you're pretty fresh out of this relationship or whatever this was we've been talking about. And for some of you, you have, you're in the middle, and then some of you are pretty far along. So I just feel a range in this group. So, but all of you are working on this up-leveling in your self-love, and with that comes self-respect, boundaries, things to really give to you, to nourish you, and being your own best advocate, being your own best cheerleader. And there's like the healthy balance of your own feminine and masculine within yourself. And, you know, so doing things with devotion, you know, and making time for flow and space. So you know what that looks like in your life, but it's just a confirmation for exactly where you're at, which is what's important right for you right now is the balance between the masculine and the feminine within you. Loving both, loving all sides of you, your light, your dark, you know, getting to know and just alchemizing everything, which is like an acceptance of everything. And if you have negative emotions or you're still angry or like, those are all just signals. Those are signals from yourself, from your body to say, hey, there's something deeper here that wants to be addressed and looked at. So I just feel like you're spending time right now to really like give to you in a new way, up level your vibration really, to get rid of the stuff that the habits, let's say, that just don't serve any longer. That's where I think you're at. A whole new commitment to your own self-love and self-respect. So we'll leave that. All right. Let's pull from I Create My Reality next. I'd like to pull from here. All right. What is the most important message for this group from this deck? Thank you. It says, all emotion is temporary. And this is like, this picture is such a great indication of like what we were just talking about. It's your light and your dark. The sun and the moon, that was literally just right here on this card. The sun and the moon. And your own love in between. So let's read what it says. It's number 9. It says, I choose to move forward every day, learning and growing as I go. Life can be challenging sometimes, but it is those challenges that make us who we are because of how we deal and allow those challenges to affect us. Let's put more energy towards the emotions that make us feel good and recognize the emotions that give us challenges. All emotion is temporary. Change your emotion and change your energy. So, yeah. That's a good reminder too. And I feel like it's spot on with everything too that we've been talking about. Yeah, because it can be easy to get into negative loops, negative thought loops, negative spirals. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because it's always pointing you to some deeper truth within yourself that wants to be addressed. But as well, it can become an addiction, the negative, just like a positive, I suppose. But yeah, it's just being more aware of like where you're spending your time mentally, like where you're putting your focus and your energy into, you know. I think it's good to go into negative emotions with an intent to like find out what the deeper message is that it's trying to tell you. It's definitely trying to signal something to you through that emotion. So looking at that, but then also letting that rest and spending more time just being grateful for everything and in awe. And moments where you don't need to figure it all out, where you can just like be present and go for a walk and just forget everything and just be in nature, like just exist. So all of that, all of the above. Okay, I'm gonna read next from the Moonology deck. Oops. Let's see what messages the moon has for you. What is the best message for this group that's here currently? There's 3 cards that came out. So, bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. We have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, and we have the energy is gaining momentum with the waxing moon. So it is very much pointing you towards, let's do a little bit more focus on the positive, on the good stuff, just feeling good, just honoring the joy, like it's honoring your joy, like spending more time focusing on how can I bring joy into my life in little ways. I feel like that is the focus. New moon in Aquarius, and we also had, we had the star card, which is Aquarius, and we also had Temperance, which is Sagittarius. So, and these are both like expansive cards. I would even say quantum cards, like truly. And I think it's just a reminder for you to recognize more of that side of yourself and to focus more in on that side and to honor that side. And truly, the more that what we focus on, like the more we grow. So honoring more of your uniqueness and your ability for expansion. And it's all based on this new up-leveling in yourself from what you've been through. Because they're 2 new moons. So it's like the seed. It's like the fertile energy that's becoming something. That's the part where you're at right now, is like discovering something new about yourself in a way that is like pure potential, and you can literally create it however you want. But yeah, it's just honoring this new chapter I feel like you're stepping into, which is definitely more sovereign and definitely like allowing yourself to just fly, like to do and be everything that you've ever dreamed of by letting go of old identities. That's what I feel like this is saying. So, and the more you focus on that, the more the energy gains momentum. So that's what I feel like it is from that deck. Let's move on. I'm gonna read from the Animal Oracle here. Oh, I don't know if I showed. This is the deck. So let's take a look. I always have the decks listed below too, in the description if you need a direct link. So let's ask, what is the best card from this deck for this group? Oh, okay, we got two. So we got Inner Truth, number 7. This is the owl. And then we have Prayer Answered. Yeah. The bison and a little bee. So I feel like I don't even need to read these because it's so obvious what it's about. Prayer answered. You're going to get your prayers answered when you honor the wisdom within, and you truly are getting to know yourself better now, but you truly honor like what you hear from your own inner voice. Again, putting your intuition into the driver's seat of your life. Like there's a lot of wisdom going on within you, and I don't know if you give yourself enough credit for that, because I feel like when you've expressed it in the past, it's usually shooed or shut down, or like people just don't appreciate, but it's not always for them, you know. I think there needs to be a need of appreciating your energy and your uniqueness coming from you. Your wisdom. The owls, we all know, they're wise. That's like their big symbolism of being wise and all seeing and all knowing. You know what's best for you. You literally have your own reality, just like everyone and everything else. So giving yourself that authority again, and now not outsourcing that authority. And when you do that, when you really start to just claim your power and claim back your energy and claim back that you are the creator of your life, then that is prayers answered. Then the magic really starts flowing because your vibration becomes clear. The frequency becomes clear. There isn't static. So things are able to come to you, find you, because you're sending out a clear signal. It isn't distorted by false truths of your identity, that you can't be what you want, of this, that, or the other. It's like, it really wants you to trust yourself deeper. Listen and honor yourself deeper. And that's everything you're going to want is going to come your way. And wanting from your soul, not always from our ego or our mind or our logic. You know, you really have to let go of all that, but just trusting that whatever is meant to find you will find you, and that you're never not on the right path. You're always on the right path. You're always being guided. Like, that's the magic that's going to bring in all the answered prayers for your soul. Truly. So, that's what I'm seeing. That's what your message is. I hope this brought you some nourishment. I'm wishing you the best on your journey. Come back whenever you need more nourishment. These readings are timeless, and they are a resource for you to utilize whenever you need them. So, thanks for joining me on this reading, and we'll see you guys on the next one.